The great migrations, with distances of up to thousands of kilometers, have made their name of these wildebeest. In addition to life and death battles for the right to live, a few of us get to see these animals show their maternal instincts. So how will this animal, that is inherently gentle and born just to run and give birth? Let us explore the journey of the two wildebeest mothers giving birth at the same time. A close-up of two wildebeest mothers giving birth at the same time in the wild. Surely, we have to see the attacks of predators with a wildebeest, as this animal is a favorite prey for most carnivores, and with an average weight of 150 to 250 kilograms, these antelopes are always the focus of every hunt in the African grasslands, and their end is often tragic, as this is also the invisible law in the wild nature, and that law is not established in a certain order. If there is a loss, there will always be a new life planted, and despite facing countless challenges from migrations or from predators, perhaps for wildebeest, giving birth is the biggest challenge to overcome in life. The birth of these little creatures will begin when the mother antelope is ready for a breeding season, as the mating season of wildebeest usually coincides with the end of the rainy season in May to August and lasts for about 3 weeks, as this is the time when the food source is abundant and the wildebeest are well fed and in the most energetic state, and as a result, their conception rate is often as high as 95%. After being in the womb for a very long period of about 250 to 260 days, the young will be born, as the birth usually takes place from January to March, and at the start of the rainy season, and in each pregnancy, a wildebeest can only give birth to one young. Therefore, they are very careful to prepare for new creatures to be born safely and healthily. The peak calving period lasts 2 to 3 weeks, and in small herds and isolated groups, the mortality of the young can be as high as 50%. However, in larger herds or smaller groups living near large herds, mortality is less than 20%. Usually, when preparing to give birth, the mother antelopes will temporarily go away from the herd, as to a large and open space to facilitate the sacred event, as it is rare to see two wildebeest giving birth at the same time in the wild. As you can see, both wildebeest are giving birth, and one wildebeest has been born first, and right after that, another wildebeest was born in the happiness of the whole herd, as they are licked by their mothers to remove the membrane still clinging to their body, and are cared for and supported by their mother to be able to stand up, as the wildebeest is an animal that can both lie down or stand up to give birth, so it will reduce the risk of a lot, because when the baby is born, it will touch the ground at the closest distance to be safe. However, there are still cases where the antelope calves die due to the difficulty of giving birth when the young are too large and when the mother antelopes are too exhausted. It is known that the pregnancy of wildebeest usually lasts more than 8 months, and the newborn babies weigh from 19 to 21 kilograms, as they can stand up on their own after just a few minutes and can walk on their own baby feet, as the young wildebeest are breastfed until they reach 6 to 8 months of age, and they begin to graze at 4 weeks, by which time the 4 incisors appear fully. This is the most dangerous time for these wildebeest, as the wildebeest mothers only know how to protect their babies and find ways to hide so that the children can grow up in safety. However, as the ferocity of the wild is growing, the notorious predators are always looking for and waiting for the opportunities to attack. And how can these wildebeest avoid them? From these dangers, the mother wildebeest does not dare to confront directly and always tends to run away from predators. And they protect their babies from these dangers. There have been many times when the mother wildebeest dared to rush into the siege to rescue and protect her baby. Although it is impossible to say whether they can protect their young until they become adults, but it is certainly possible to confirm that mother wildebeest always loves and cares for the babies in the most perfect way. Although mothers in the animal kingdom have tried to fulfill their responsibilities as a mother, there is no established rule or order in the wildlife, as they had to witness firsthand how their newborn babies were brutally killed by predators that they could not help. Therefore, there is no 100% guarantee that the baby wildebeest will be raised safely when born, as they will certainly face the countless challenges from their surroundings. And in order to survive in the natural world, it is imperative that the wildebeest calves have to equip themselves with separate luggage and survival secrets. Notorious predators such as lions, leopards, or hyenas will be ready to rush and attack them at any time. Besides the life and death battles, the wild natural world always witnessed a lot of new life being nurtured. And referring to wildebeest is referring to great and monumental migrations, as the wildebeest herd must cross thousands of kilometers, face countless difficulties and challenges in order to find a new source of life for themselves. However, those hardships cannot be compared with the hardships that wildebeest have to endure during pregnancy and childbirth. Today's video comes to an end, and how do you feel about this video? Please leave a comment down below to let us know. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and follow us to see more interesting videos about the animal world. Goodbye, and see you in the next video.